With the release of Sailing, Jagex has given us the newest Slayer boss, the Shellbane Gryphon. This boss is key to your next best early game stab weapon, as well as lots of good resources for the early Ironman. Imagine this boss as being the precursor to running Scurrius with how easy this can be, and I'm here to show you just how to do this with a very easy and obtainable Ironman setup. An early objective is to make sure that you weigh at least 45 kilograms only with what you're wearing. So here we're going to show you some quick guidelines of what can help you get to that level. Now, some easy things to start off with are going to be your Granite plate body. The next thing you want to do is have a nice pair of plate legs. As you can see, I'm wearing dragon plate legs. If you don't have those yet, an easy substitution that weighs just the same amount is going to be any of your Barrows plate legs, such as Tortugas or Derricks. You also want to look at doing the mixed d'hide boots. If you have dragon boots, they work, but they're a little bit lighter. Followed up with, you must be wearing your Tortugan shield here, or shell. This thing is going to be gotten from the quest, so if you're doing this as a way to learn how to do the quest, this will be obtained along the way. Now, one of the best early game weapons you can get for this is going to be the Arcane Blade, gotten from one of our other quests along the way. If you don't have this, any good stab weapon is going to be your friend here, but I find that if you can use the special ability of the Arcane Blade, you're going to get a lot more out of this. Now, with just those, that should get you right up to that 45, and so I mix it up by using my Slayer helmet, the Dragon Defender, the Raider's Blessing, the Berserker Ring, as well as I like to use Bracelets of Slaughter here because you are going to try to extend these kills out since it is a Slayer only boss. Now, if you are hurting for extra weight along the way or you cannot find some of this, an easy thing you can do is actually disassemble your Slayer helmet and just use the black mask. That takes it from weighing 1 pound to 10 pounds. So easy way to get a bunch of extra bonus weight there. I'll show you shortly why. In your inventory, all you want to do is keep some teleport runes as well as an herb sack. Maybe work with the holy wrench and then your bonecrusher. The rest of this you can fill with pots such as prayer pots, super combats, and then all food after that. I'm going to show you an example here without using the super combats, just so you get an idea of what it looks like with kind of lower levels if you were to be the one boosting. So let's run in some kills here real quick. Now, when you first go to enter, Elder Nama will end up talking to you. You can breeze through those. She's basically going to let you know this is Slayer only, but then you're going to come run straight in here. And from here, you'll immediately start attacking the Shellbane Gryphon. So, protect from melee should be all that you need. And then we're going to go ahead and dump a couple of nice little specs in here real quick. So, while we are attacking him, there's a few things we want to look out. And that right there is going to be the corrosion. You'll notice, just like you saw there a second ago, when he bends his head backwards like he's about to hawk some spit, that's when you just want to simply step one step away. Otherwise, what you'll end up getting is a whole bunch of corrosive damage that's going to rapidly hit 3s over time. If this does happen, easy fix. All you're going to do is just take your armor off and then end up putting it back on, and that'll clear it. The next is going to be this tornado phase right here. In this tornado phase, I normally like to make a line of 3 or 4 of these things and then just step to the other side of the boss. It is that easy to dodge all of that damage right there. If you were to stay when they hit this stage right here, you're going to end up getting smacked with rapid damage, and eventually it will blow up if you're standing next to it. So by lining them up, you can walk across and be totally safe. You can also stack them. Just know that when it explodes, it will cover a large surface area, and that will end up dealing up to 70 to 75 damage. It is not worth it. That next attack where he's stunned right there, you immediately want to make sure that you are attacking him again. Otherwise, he will kick you back and deal up to 30 damage. And it's that easy. That is all 3 of his special moves. After that, you can see we go through almost no resources whatsoever, and he drops all the goodies. So let's do another quick run through and show you what it would look like if we were to take some damage here. So here you can see we now have the tornado underneath us. You can see how it's getting larger and larger. So here in a second, it's going to start rapidly doing damage. We'll step out of here real quick, heal up, make sure we're all the way up because it's going to blow up here in a second. Oh, now he's going to hit us with that. See how if we don't block that, and then look, now let's walk over here, and you saw that 55, and we were pretty far away. So that's how quickly you can get stacked up there. So just make sure that, you know, as easy as a boss as this is, you want to make sure that you are paying attention and fighting this boss appropriately. Otherwise, it will add up. And I just stepped out of the way after I told you guys I was going to show you what that looked like there too. But he is a super simple boss. But as you can see, if you look away for a moment and he does one of these special moves, it will pile up quite quickly. So we'll show you a quick video of just what it looks like once you get that poison damage. So right here you can see where I'm taking this little bit of poison damage, and that's just going to keep tapping me over time. Eventually it does go away. So now that we know the fight mechanics, let's talk about how we get there. The best way to do that is if you have a fairy ring in your house, you want to make sure that you are going to CJQ, and that will teleport you right beneath it. If not, I find that the best way is to use your Ardoin cloak and just run over to the nearest fairy ring there. But this is going to bring you right north of the Tortugan town here on Conch, and then you're just going to simply run straight north from here, and that'll bring you right on up. This is why I keep house teleports in my bag, so I can teleport out, run to the farming guild, and run back. But that's how we get here. Super simple. So let's talk now about the loot. So when we are looking at the loot, the number one thing we're going to be getting here are going to be Gryphon feathers. But you will also be loaded up a lot on cannonballs, which will be amazing for your sailing adventures later in the game and save you so much time for making these. So that is a huge bonus. You're going to see these things all of the time, which is great. These Gryphon feathers are actually going to be what is going to help out with the Horn of Plenty, which is going to help out with your hunter. So you'll farm these things here, and then you can end up getting that Horn of Plenty from the other Gryphons. So the big thing that we're really coming here for is this Bell's Folly. This right here is what is going to be the precursor for you to take on TOA going forward, in my opinion. Once you have gone ahead and made the Bell's Folly, this is going to be your next best stab weapon, kind of like your zombie axe. So this way you can go in and work with something that's a little bit slower, but packs a whole lot more of a punch on the stab variant. So this is something that you will want to be pushing for. As you can see here, this is a 1 in 440. So this may take a few tasks. This is why I'm going to be using these bracelets of slaughter in order to carry these things out. But lots of good things coming out of this. You do get some rune items, so that's some good alcohols, some good food items that are going to be dropping from these things, seeds as well, herbs, which is why we're bringing that herb pouch. Not a ton of them, but they do pop up more than you would think. And then, of course, everyone's favorite is going to be the little gull. That is the pet that I want to hunt so bad here. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, and good luck on your grind.